Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to another episode of Trudge Report. This is a recovery-based podcast, but don't worry. If you're not sober or not ready to be sober, we talk to you about plenty of other things, including sports, trending topics, and a good bit of nonsense. My name is Sean, and I am your host. I'm joined by my good friends and fellow trudgers, Bill and Corey, just the trio tonight. Please remember to listen on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Our videos will be posted each week so you can watch episodes on YouTube and Facebook. But as always, please be sure to download on your listening platforms. Remember to like and subscribe on all social media outlets with the handle @TrudgeReportPod. We are brought to you by Stella Mix Podcast Management. Quick shout out to our editor, Miss Janine Stella. She can't be with us tonight. She's dealing with some family health issues, not her personally, but someone in her family. So thoughts and prayers, T's and P's to them. And it's just the three of us tonight, Corey, Bill, and myself. Greg may or may not pop in. We'll see. He's up on the top of a mountain somewhere with limited reception with his wonderful lady, having a good weekend. So he might pop in. We'll start with Corey. Corey, how are you this evening? You're on mute.
I'm good. I'm sitting in my house. Not anymore. I'm not.
Not
you
anymore.
Can hear me?
Not. Yes, we can hear you, but there you.
What, Sean?
Corey's having technical difficulties.
I think it's just an awkward pause.
Yeah, a little bit. You're breaking up a little bit. We're gonna go to Bill.
So I'm having a good weekend,
first.
Sean. Yeah, I'm just hanging out. Got to catch up with some people I haven't seen in a while, and then I'm kind of surprised Greg's not here to do some victory laps over this Thursday night football debacle. My boys let me down. Really tough loss there because, we have a really hard schedule down the stretch. I think we're going to be all right. I think the Steelers play better against good teams, so I think we might take a few of those tough games. But, we have a brutal schedule down the stretch.
Yeah.
Chiefs, I think Eagle. Every tough team. Yeah. Ravens, Bengals, which are going to be all together. So
I think we have you again, too. I think my Commanders have you again as well.
Which we? Oh, the real we. Okay, not the Ravens. The Commanders.
My Commanders. My number one team, Bill.
They wouldn't play the Steelers twice in a season, so I'm almost certain they do not. But
okay.
I could look because they're out of the division. However, we'll see what happens. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a wild one. The snow was coming down, dude. It was pretty epic, honestly.
I'm not gonna lie. Right before the game, I thought this is a game the Steelers lose. Jameis Winston.
It's a trap game. Yep.
Yeah. Well, they were also coming off 4 days, and they had that brutal Ravens game.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
And all the energy and emotion that exerted with the rate. Like, I get it. I mean that with all, not even like joking. Just it's a Cleveland. It's a divitional game.
At home,
we're gonna play them tough no matter what. Yeah.
Snow. I had all the makings, and it was.
Jameis Winston is the man. Did you hear some of his quotes?
Yes, I love him.
What was the one?
You can't not love him.
I ordered a W from Amazon. It should be home by the time I get there, or something like that.
They all check out.
And then he had one.
He's on brand.
He had one that said something like, "The horses show up for battle, but victory comes from the Lord," or something like that. I don't know. It was really good, dude.
In my opinion, put that man on a cereal box.
Seriously.
I love him. I don't know.
It was crazy.
He's just a wholesome dude, I guess. But he steals crab legs, but he's still a wholesome guy now.
We can all change, hopefully.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So I've liked him since he really stuck up for Deshaun, the way he did that. Yeah. I thought that was super solid. So,
and not only that, I think sometimes people forget, like, he was a Heisman Trophy national championship winner at Florida State. Like, the dude knows how to play football,
1,000,000%.
So he's in a good system.
Did we lose Corey, or what happened?
He's there. I see him. His video's not there. He might just be audio. Corey, you there, bud?
Corey, you must have moved to Port St. Lucie. Lucy.
Oh man, that's the whole the Wi-Fi connection.
Oh no. Not the St. Lucie.
I just don't have the internet yet.
You don't have internet yet?
Can you guys hear me? Yeah.
We didn't lose video, Sean. He's literally in the dark. He doesn't have his lights on.
He doesn't have his lights on yet. FPL doesn't travel out there. Corey, we can hear you. That is a little bit better. Yes.
I'm just gonna keep my video off.
That is actually a thing that they tell you to do on Zoom when you have bad bandwidth is turn your video off. So that's fine. How are you this evening, Corey? How's your weekend been? Yesterday was a busy day, I understand.
Yeah, I moved. I drove a big U-Haul, so I was impressed with myself. You know,
Attaboy.
but other than that, it was a standard move.
I have a question?
Everything worked out fine.
Did everyone that you expected to show up to help, did they actually show up in the proper time frames?
Great question.
All right. Well, let me preface this with
'Cause I
I'm
think,
grateful for free help.
did we talk about it on the pod legitimately? I know we talked about it last week. I
Yeah.
can't remember if it was on or off the pod though.
No, it was on the pod.
Okay.
And like I said, I preface this with I'm grateful for free help, grateful for friends that help when you need to move. However, I didn't see Kyle's face until about, I don't know, 3:00. So
We
it was
called
about
that.
We did.
3 hours past due.
We literally nailed that one.
Yeah, he met us for the first drop off in Port St. Lucie. And then he left
he was like-
because
then
he
he was
had
like,
a
"I'll get
show
coffee."
to go
And then he
to
come
about
I gotta eat.
No, it was about 4:00, and he said he had a show to be at about 7, so he had to get going. So, but grateful. I mean that unload went fast, and he helped a lot, so that was great. That shout out to Kyle.
I don't know, Kyle.
And then my other buddy Scott, he helped for a couple of hours. Dipped out a little earlier than I thought, but and just
Did
as
you buy these
expected,
guys a pizza or anything?
just as I got everybody pizza. Just as expected though, Joseph Ray, from beginning to end, bro,
Clutch.
all
Shout out to
day
Joe Ray.
long.
I got
nighttime and everything.
Joe, if you listen to this
Yeah.
podcast, I apologize in advance. I doubted you, homie, and that's on me, bro. I will mea culpa on that. I shouldn't have doubted you. I apologize, and good on you, dude. Good on you.
Oh, I never doubted you.
No, he ran me back and forth. It was crazy.
So how many you got everything
But,
out of
you
the
know-
old house though? Everything you did it in one day, or did you have to go back today?
we got a couple other things today, like minor things, and then there's still a couple more minor things.
Gotcha.
Every big thing went yesterday.
Good.
How does it feel to be a full-fledged member of Port St. Lucie, Corey? Have you been to Bayshore yet?
Sad.
I have a couple. Yeah,
No,
he
I'm
definitely
sad.
hasn't been to Bayshore yet. I have a couple. I have a hard time getting Corey to go to anything other than Tuesday night with me. I have a couple questions, logistical questions here. Does your neighborhood have sidewalks?
Okay.
Don't lie.
I think it does.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You
I don't
think
want to
it
get up
does,
and
it
check,
doesn't.
but I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah, a lot of
Usually
neighborhoods.
pretty obvious.
You know what?
A lot of neighborhoods in PSL don't have sidewalks. Yeah.
It's pretty obvious usually, Corey. You see a long
on.
sidewalk in the front of your house.
Well, he's on his phone, so he can go. He's doing the pod from
You
his
know
phone,
what?
so he can go check right now.
I mean, he's
Yeah, I'm going.
Hey, you haven't seen the front of your house yet?
It's got boxes in the way.
No sidewalks.
He doesn't
guys.
have
No
sidewalks. I saw his
That's
thing
tough.
on Google Maps. I was going to
That's
say he
tough.
doesn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
No
listen,
sidewalks.
we hope that the new abode provides you more space. More space for the kids to run. Let them be free. Do the kids have their own room? That's cool. That's
Yes.
good because I know they were sharing a room before. That's good stuff.
Yes.
Noah's gonna love that.
Dude,
So
it was
Lucy.
so necessary.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, dude. This move was so
Congrats.
necessary.
Good.
Congrats to you,
I
the
couldn't
kids and
sleep
the
last
fam.
night.
Why
I
not?
couldn't sleep last night. It was because it's a big house. There's new noises.
Yeah, the noises are
I don't
always,
know.
Yeah. So we have a fan in our room.
The
so I
ice
can't-
maker kept going, and I was like,
I get that. When I take the rare times I get a little nap in the afternoon on the couch, I hear the ice maker. So, well, very good. All is
Yeah,
good on
You guys are
but-
rich. You got ice makers.
"Yeah, you guys have to come back."
all good on my end. Played some golf today with my dad and my cousin and a friend of the fellowship. Beautiful weather. I was telling Corey before we started recording, Bill, when you got on, that it's finally cool enough here in our undisclosed South Florida locations that I'm back in the garage. It's wonderful. Back in the
Ooh.
garage. Got my studio back. I got my thing behind me, as you guys can see. Just played some golf today. Came home. Had a nice. I had a Publix sub today. I haven't had a buffalo chicken tender sub in so long. Shout
Oh,
out to
that's
Joe
fire.
Tarasio. Shout out to Joe Tarasio. He's the
Joe
one, dude,
Tarasio.
he's the one that turned me on to the buffalo chicken tender sub made a very specific way.
He would.
And I haven't had it in multiple years. And he turned me on to it a lot of years ago. And I had one today and it was delightful. It was phenomenal. I did unfortunately have to enjoy it while watching my Commanders spit the bit once again. That was just a tough scene. No excuses. We're not playing good right now. Great for them to come back, but you can't miss. First off, the snap was terrible. They missed the extra point. Just a special teams the whole day was not good.
A rookie quarterback too.
It's just tough. It's just tough. So
brighter days are ahead.
We'll move on. Yeah, I agree. It just was I kind of was like dozing off, and I was like, oh, we're probably gonna lose. And then we like got back and scored that last touchdown. It was very exciting. And then there's nothing worse than like fighting all the way back and missing an extra point. So.
In retrospect, since I've met you, this is the best team you guys have had. So
for sure. I mean, the only other
clearly headed the right way.
Sure. The only thing in recent history was that 2020 season where we made the playoffs and lost to Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Bucks the year they won the Super Bowl. So no, brighter days are ahead.
Who was the quarterback that year?
Tough. Oh, was it Alex Smith?
It was something wild like that. Yeah, when he shattered his leg.
Yeah, something like that. So
okay. Wow.
And then I went to tonight. I made dinner for the girls and went to join some friends of the fellowship and took a meeting into one of the local detoxes. Saw some of the sick and suffering firsthand. One dude didn't have any shoes on. He looked like he literally got there right off the streets today. He had that like wild-eyed look. His eyes were like, and he just was no shoes, slightly dirty, but he was there.
Shoeless detox.
He was there, and that's always good. I took with some fellowship members, and that's always a good place to be on a Sunday night. So all good. Thanksgiving week has begun. No school for the kids. Got some play dates lined up tomorrow. Working from home most of the week. Got to travel actually Tuesday and Wednesday for work, so that'll be fun. But I will be back Wednesday night. Plenty of time for Thanksgiving, and all good on my end. So big game tonight, Corey, for your Los Eagles.
Yeah, go Birds.
Los Eagles got a tough. I mean, the Rams are 5-5, but they're stout, dude. They're not going to be pushed over easily. So it's a big game for you guys.
Yeah, I see that it's close right now in the second quarter. I can't watch it until we're done with this podcast. So let's hurry the hell up, guys. No, I'm just kidding.
Got it. Well, we're gonna make this. We're gonna make this a little shorter tonight, anyways, just with everything going on and all that stuff. So I have a couple like just random things we can talk about that like are like pointless but amusing and entertaining. But I want to kick it to either of you. Do either of you have anything you want to bring up, talk about? Any mea culpas? Anything at all?
Mea culpas.
Not that we need to. Just
are you trying to like? Are you trying to imply something?
No. Just got to check every now and then. Just got to check every now and then.
Right.
Well,
hey, here we go.
I don't know.
Well,
I thought this week is when we would just unleash our political debate, but I guess we could kick that to another week.
Well, without Greg, I don't want to do that without Greg.
I thought you were going to make your amends to PSL, Corey. That's what I thought you were about to do.
You know what? If I ever said anything on this podcast about PSL that didn't get edited out, I meant it. And I still mean it. And I'm sad, and I miss Stewart already. But I do love this
in
house.
Your big old St. Lucie house.
I know. A friend told me earlier that Port St. Lucie is where poor people go to feel better about themselves, and I was like, yeah, that's me.
Tell them to try Pittsburgh, where that same amount of money will get you like a 7-bedroom mansion.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's me. Anyway, no, I'm down, Sean, whatever.
All right, so anything you want, Bill? You want me just to fire?
No mea
Fire away?
culpas for me, man.
Fire away.
I'm good to go. Yeah.
Okay. Any other important topics? Anything you want to touch on?
I mean, your beard is just majestic tonight. I will say that. What do you use to clip that thing? Tell the people, Sean. They need to know a good routine. What do we do here?
Know. So I'm
How
all
do we get that?
Thank you for noticing. I did trim it and clip it a little bit last night. I'm all natural. The only thing I use is Pert Plus, little shampoo, 2-in-1 shampoo conditioner. But all I do is I get it completely wet and I comb it out like just straight down, and then give it a couple minutes and it kind of like dries a little, and then you get all the wild and crazy ones that just kind of start to stick out. And then I just have a pair of clippers that I just kind of right around the edges, all the crazy.
This is a hand muscle memory type of. Okay. There's no clip like that's gonna fill that. Yeah. So okay.
Just a very no guard on the clippers. Just go right.
You could have maybe been a barber, dude.
As close as that, maybe.
That's a clean.
I have a hard time getting around the ears, but.
Well, it's your own ear.
It's a good point.
I respect the beard flow for sure.
Thank you. That being said, so I have a couple articles that I listen to this other podcast, and no free ads, so I won't shout it out, but they do like what they call a chop session. And I brought this idea to you guys before, where they just really talk about anything and everything, and it's mostly for people that listen to their podcast regularly, because a lot of the stuff, random people just wouldn't know what they're talking about. But they go through like stuff that they are quote unquote monitoring in the world, and just and it can be stuff from serious stuff to the absolute stupid and absurd. So I have a couple like absolute stupid and absurd things. So the title of this article is, and this is all like recent current events within the last few weeks, The Great Cheese Robbery. Yes, you heard me, cheese robbery. It was a theft of over $390,000 worth of cheddar cheese from a place called Neal's Yard Dairy, a London cheesemonger in 2024. Just happened. It says a con man posed as a buyer for a French retailer and ordered 950 wheels of aged cheddar cheese from
What country was this in?
No, I think it was London. It was London.
Okay.
So, of course, the Brits, dude. Shout out to all our Brit fans.
Fucking shout out to this fucking hustler.
So he was 950 wheels of cheddar cheese from Neal's Yard Dairy. The thief provided a detailed agreement with payment conditions and appeared to be knowledgeable about the industry. Neal's Yard shipped the cheese to France in September, but realized it had been scammed when the buyer didn't pay and became unreachable. The thief stole 950 wheels of cheddar cheese, including I don't know. I'm gonna screw this pronunciation up. Hafod Welsh organic cheddar, Westcombe cheddar, and Pitchfork cheddar, which apparently are like very, very high quality and like more expensive than just like your random cheddar. It weighed about 24 tons, or roughly 48,000, almost 49,000 pounds. Says what happened next. A 63-year-old man was arrested on suspicion of fraud and handling stolen goods. The guys, the cheese has not been recovered. Like that's just and they named it the Great, GRATE, like grated cheese, the Great Cheese Robbery. So I don't know. I just found that like.
Well, how much prison time does this man face?
I mean, I guess if you're, I guess they would. It'd be like, I don't know what the Brits do over there. Grand theft of, there's certain levels.
What's that? 5 years?
Maybe, dude.
10 years. Would it be worth it if you get a couple million?
What are you in here for, dude? Oh, it's still 950 pounds.
Dude, if he's in prison and someone's still moving his Parmesan wheels, I mean, he might be okay with this. This might be part of the whole thing.
Oh man, wild, dude. Just wild. Like this I feel like on one hand, more power to him. Like that's very creative. But on the other hand, like if you're that good and that creative, I feel like you could, because then you got to fence all that cheese. Then you got to get somebody to buy it and sell it. Like,
what'd you say? Fence it?
Well, that's what they call. Yeah, that's what they call. Like if you have a fence, like if you have stolen goods and you get a middleman basically to.
That's called fencing.
That's called fencing. You didn't know that? I
I
figured
did that shit for 10 years and I don't know the name of that.
like you've totally been a fence most of your
Yeah,
life.
that's what I mean. I did that shit for a long time.
If I have stolen
Fencer, huh?
goods, I don't want to. I have stolen goods. I stole them. If things are hot on me,
Right.
I don't want to be the one to actually sell them, right? I want to have a middleman, you know, all that stuff. So, yeah, like you got to sell that cheese. Like what? Who's gonna, you know what I mean? Who's gonna buy 950 wheels of hot stolen cheddar cheese? You know?
Well, you know, there's Parmesan wheels that are worth a lot of money.
That's what I'm saying. It's just it's wild. So,
If you can get anything at a discount, I mean,
what are
people
your
will buy it.
what are your thoughts on this, Corey?
I have another follow-up question too.
Okay.
I love cheese. I love cheese, and I would buy that much cheese. I mean, if I, like Greg said about his Batmobile, if I win the lottery, there's going to be signs. We'll have a shit ton of cheese.
Good point.
What about, would you buy someone's food stamps at 50%, Corey? That's what I want to know.
Ooh.
Dude, you know how many
50%.
times
We've all
stole
either
those?
done it or tried to at some point.
Have
in
you
our
done
life.
it recently? Oh, okay.
No, like in our addictions.
No, I'm saying buy them now or in the last 10 years.
No, that's a good idea.
You did
though.
it.
I've
You
never
did
thought
it.
of that in sobriety. No, I never thought about to be on the other side of it. You know what I mean?
Oh, like buy like the
That's
addict comes to you and like, yo, I'll give you,
Yeah.
$50 for $100 worth
Yeah.
of food stamps. I think that's
Yeah.
called enabling, Corey.
What's your answer?
I mean, I think it's called helping them get to their bottom.
Maybe that's true too.
What if
I've
your
done-
kids need food too and it's the economy's tight?
Yeah, that's it. Listen, times are tight, man. Times are tight.
I can't do that, man. I'm spiritually fit. Well, $50 is $50.
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay.
What just?
Well, it's along the same lines as your cheese stuff.
Yeah. So I had that. I had there's also this story. I have it right here. Hold on, let me just so I don't fuck it up. There was 43 monkeys escaped from a zoo in Beaufort, South Carolina. Like just were running about the town just nonstop for a little while. They've recovered 39 of the 43. So that means there's still 4 monkeys just out and about. I don't even know. I don't even know like what to like. It's just like how
let those monkeys live.
How does that happen? How do you not? I guess how are they still on the run? Like,
well,
you know,
have you ever seen the lab conditions on these monkeys and what they do to them? I mean, I'm very happy that forks are free. That's. I hope they survive. I hope they start their own clan. The Planet of the Apes begin, and one day they take over the world. I mean, you know, it's only right. What if they're mutant monkeys? Like, what if they did lab tests and they're like super smart and they're just, you know, they're out here just plotting.
They've only made like 7 iterations of that movie, so I'm sure
it's a good movie.
They'll figure it out one day.
I haven't seen one. I've never seen one of them.
They're good.
I saw one of the older ones. I've never seen any of the newer ones.
Dude, for all the movies I haven't seen, like Star Wars, Harry Potter, all those, you know, things that you guys all watch, I've seen Planet of the Apes and I enjoy it. It's a good. It's top notch. It's cinema. It really is.
Yeah,
I highly recommend.
Some of the new last couple iterations of it got pretty high reviews and stuff. They did. Well, I guess like the cinematography was really good in them too and stuff like that. So
I'm being serious. They are good. I like it.
I believe you.
Yeah.
I used to love the Godzilla and King Kong movies back in the day. I haven't seen any of the newer ones of those either, but I used to love those movies.
The King Kong ones are good.
I just love them.
I feel for a mammal more than like a lizard. Godzilla, I'm just like, fucking kill that thing.
Yeah.
Like King Kong, I'm like, that thing has feelings. Like, you gotta help this dude out.
There's human attributes to it.
Right.
Has anybody seen the new Gladiator movie yet?
No.
I heard it was really good. Like on a serious note, I heard it was really good. I'm a big fan of the first one.
What about Wicked, Sean?
I haven't seen Wicked. I don't know, dude. Should I?
My daughter's huge on it. I have to take her when she gets back.
Is it appropriate? It's not one of those like
Ariana Grande. When is it not appropriate with Ariana?
It's not one of those like kid movies that's also like not appropriate for kids.
No, it's borderline. I'm pretty sure it's like PG. You know, it's fine.
Yeah. How about let's back up for a second. Ariana Grande. She used to be on the Disney Channel, or was it Nickelodeon?
Yes,
One of those
it
two.
was Nickelodeon, I think.
Remember that? And she played like a really, really dumb girl. Like, do you remember that? Like specifically?
She was in
Yeah.
Victorious, I think.
And then she had her own show with
Right.
Sam and Cat. And the only reason I know this is because Sophia watches them. But there was iCarly, right? Remember iCarly?
Mhm.
And
Miranda Cosgrove, yeah.
the blonde girl Sam from that show,
Yes,
made a show with Ariana Grande, her character Cat from Victorious. But she plays like a complete and utter moron, and I just can't look back on that fondly. I don't think, if you're Ariana Grande now, it's like, wow, what was I doing? But I guess it helped her stardom. I guess it can't really complain. But it's just
she's partially responsible for Mac Miller's death, so I don't really like her because and it's unfortunate. I feel bad for her, but she really
broke Pete Davidson's heart too. My boy Pete.
Screw Pete Davidson. I freaking there he is.
Wait a second. The Red Mamba.
He heard me talking shit on Pete Davidson.
He was fucking mouth. He was talking about Ariana. We were talking about Ariana Grande, and Greg's spidey senses went up. Hey, Greg.
I thought you might have been talking about how the Steelers lost.
In
true Steeler fashion. What a bunch of
losers. A bunch of losers.
What a bunch of losers.
Speaking of losers,
Jameis Winston gets play of the year doing a backflip into the freaking end zone in the snow.
Yeah, it was almost as good as that time Antonio Brown kicked your punter in the face.
It was. That was pretty good.
Keyword almost.
Speaking of like Corey, dude, Greg is in the middle of the woods at a bonfire and has better reception than you in Port St. Lucie, bro.
I am legitimately, fellas, I am in the middle of nowhere right now.
You look good, dude. You're in a white tee. It looks like it's about 25 degrees.
You look like Bubba Sparks, the rapper.
Were you just chopping wood, bro?
We got the hot tub over here ready to rock and roll here in a few minutes.
Ooh,
we got the
rose
garage
petals
door here.
Ooh,
yeah, we got this place is sick. This is a beach behind me. I know you can't tell because it's pitch black, but
beach in Cleveland, bro.
Well, no, I'm not in Cleveland. I am out in the boonies.
We call that a lake, Greg.
Yeah, it is a lake.
We call that dirt by a puddle.
Yeah.
That looks legit, dude.
Greg, Corey is here, but he's having video issues, so he's just on audio, so he can hear you.
I think he's been talking muted.
It might be better for the world that way. I don't know. We might not need to see Corey.
Just shut up.
FPL hasn't turned his electric on yet.
Yeah,
Corey.
they don't go out there to St. Lucie.
He's trapped in the closet out there.
So,
yeah.
How we doing tonight, boys?
Just shut the hell up.
We're good.
I was just talking about how Ariana Grande killed Mac Miller because
and broke Pete Davidson's heart.
Yeah, and then I said, "Fuck Pete Davidson."
That all checks out for sure.
Yeah.
And
it's unfortunate, but true.
How she got her start playing a complete total moron on Nickelodeon.
All right, let's do this. How many childhood stars can you name from Disney background?
Disney specifically? Oh, God.
Disney or Nickelodeon we could do, I guess.
Xenon. Well, let's just start.
Xenon.
Xenon, girl of the 21st century.
Who is that today, though? I'm saying that became like famous on their own.
I think it was Hillary Duff.
Oh, okay.
I think I'm wrong, actually, now that I say that out loud.
Constantine's calling me. I wish I could patch him in here.
Oh,
right,
no,
sorry
please,
about that.
for the love of God.
Okay, Hillary Duff.
Hillary Duff, definitely.
Zac Efron.
Zac Efron.
Okay, Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera. For sure.
Were they Disney?
Justin Timberlake.
Hold on.
They were Mouseketeers.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to fact check myself. You keep going. I know there's more.
Corey,
Jennifer Lopez.
Disney?
No, I'm just playing. I think I don't know.
There's other one.
No idea.
Drake. What about Drake?
Oh, from
that's right. He was in Degrassi.
Yeah. Don't anybody forget that. Drake acts like a real tough guy.
Yeah,
no,
that's tough, dude. Yeah,
he was a handicap.
He can't be. Yeah, he was. That's right.
He was the wheelchair dude.
Let's time out. No disrespect to any of our Canadian listeners, but you can't be that tough when you're from Canada. I'm sorry.
Canada.
Well, that's called Canada, but
yeah, whatever.
Call that Canada.
You can't be that tough when you're from Canada. That's like being tough, but being from like Boca Raton. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't happen.
All right, here I'm gonna go down the list real quick. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Fire.
Miley Cyrus,
Oh, I forgot about her.
Selena Gomez,
Yep.
Demi Lovato,
Yep.
Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
Mickey
Really?
Mouse
He's on
Club
the
member.
Mickey Mouse Club. Yep.
Yep, good call.
He's the man.
Yep, he's the man. Carrie Russell,
Okay.
Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Shia LaBeouf.
Yep. Holes, right?
He was in Even Stevens.
Even
and then
Oh, dude,
and
you
then-
remember
yeah,
that? Yeah.
Yeah, and then Zendaya, which I don't know who that is. I don't know if you guys do, but
Yeah. Didn't she just play in like the most recent Batman or something? Or
No, she's
Spider-Man.
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 Thank you.
so then you have Jonas Brothers, which was
Mhm.
Camp Rock, Olivia Rodrigo, Bizarre I don't know what that is. Vanessa Hudgens, which is obviously that one High School Musical, and Justin Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake's the man too.
But that's a great amount of success
So-
for
So do me a
For,
favor then. Can you cross-reference that with Nickelodeon stars real quick?
yeah. Mhm.
And we know Keenan Thompson, obviously. He might be one of the biggest.
Yeah.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take
And Drake
your
was
order?
Nickelodeon. Yeah. All right, so you got Emma Roberts,
Okay.
sucks.
Ariana Grande,
Right.
Victoria Justice, Kiki
Yep.
Palmer, Miranda Cosgrove. I don't know these people. Josh Peck, Keenan Thomas.
Miranda Cosgrove.
She's a country singer, isn't she?
Oh, right,
Something
right,
like
right,
that.
right.
Some crossover country pop singer.
Who is?
Miranda Cosgrove, right?
I think that's Miranda Lambert.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's Miranda
Whatever.
Lambert.
Whatever.
She's part of the
Miranda-
iCarly
she-
reboot.
She's Canadian
Yeah.
too.
No, Miranda
Nick
Cosgrove
Cannon.
is iCarly.
Oh,
And-
that is the okay.
And
Yes.
let's not forget her being Summer in Jack Black's School of Rock. Okay.
Good
Let's
point. That
recognize
might have been
this.
her best role. That might have been her best role.
Yes. Which is probably her first role too. So
Yeah.
Okay, so Josh Peck.
Yep.
You guys know him?
hate him. Hate
Yeah,
him.
he's the one. Isn't that the one that kid just recently came out that he was sexually assaulted?
No, that was Drake Bell. His
But that was
co-star.
his co-star, right?
What about Key and Peele? Well, that's like Comedy Central guys, right?
I don't
Yeah.
think those guys were Nickelodeon.
Okay,
No,
I'm just trying to
not
remember.
Nickelodeon at all.
I don't know. Man. All right, so Keenan Thomas, Kel Mitchell, Jamie Lynn Spears, Nick Cannon,
Yeah.
JoJo Siwa, Drake.
You are, dude.
So, like, if this was a basketball game, what side do you guys pick? I mean, I'm clearly
I
picking Disney.
I don't know, dude. I honestly don't know.
I watched
Daniela
more
Monáe?
Nickelodeon.
I think Nickelodeon might stomp them, dude.
I'm just
What?
saying, don't even give me any of the people you listed. Give me the Midnight Society from Are You Afraid of the Dark? Nickelodeon
Yeah.
Saturday nights on Nickelodeon. Give me that crew any day, and that's fine. I'll
Yeah.
take them.
Yep. Yeah. All that. Remember all that?
Oh yeah, that was a good one. It was a good one.
Yeah. They don't. a
All
lot-
that was the best, dude.
A lot of that
the
stuff is
chubby
on-
white girl.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the
What was it?
These-
Amanda Bynes.
Yeah, Amanda Bynes. Oh, she's a shit show now. You seen her? Oh
Yeah,
boy,
Oh, is
R.I.P.
she really?
real
Oh,
bad.
she
dude.
died.
She didn't die, did she?
No, she didn't die, but
No,
She's on death's door.
spirit
Or you
died.
can't be R.I.P. in people that aren't truly dead.
Yeah, that is a bad omen.
no, yeah. R.I.P. to her career, I guess.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
Getting real frisky
her
out there in the
spirit's
woods, Greg.
Right.
Hitting them with the RI
enough.
pizzle.
Greg, you missed a couple of really important, noteworthy news topics.
What do we got?
So there was some. I'll give you the quick rundown. There was the. It's literally called the Great Cheese Robbery. Great as in GRATE. This is
Oh,
a
I see what
recent-
you did there.
This is well, no, it's not me. This is the name of the actual news story. Over $390,000 worth of cheddar cheese was stolen from a London cheese yard. A con man posed as a buyer for a French a French cheese buyer and conned Neil's Yard Dairy in London out of $390 worth of, it was 950 wheels of cheddar cheese, dude. And it still hasn't been recovered. So
I mean, first off, how do you transport 950 wheels?
and how do you profit from that? Like then you have to sell it,
Right.
right?
And you can't tell me you can't smell that motherfucker coming. Like
And
you got to be able to smell that from ways away.
And it was apparently like it was like a Welsh organic cheddar, and then like a Westcombe cheddar, and a Pitchfork cheddar, which are apparently like high quality cheddar. Like I'm not even being facetious.
Well, if you're gonna steal cheese, you might as well steal good cheese.
And
I guess that's
like,
true.
listen, in the cheese world, the stankier the better. That's the
Right.
you can charge
I
higher
like that
for that.
stank.
That's
So
that stank, boy.
They
Let me get
arrested
some of that stanky.
they arrested a 63-year-old man on suspicion of it, but it doesn't say whether he's been like it's actually him or not. But so there was that. So you missed that. And then 43 monkeys escaped from a zoo in Beaufort, South Carolina. And only 39 of the 43 have been found. So there's still 4 monkeys just roaming the fuck around somewhere in South Carolina, probably have crossed state borders by now.
And you've just described the plot of the film 28 Days Later. So I guess we're all ready for the fucking apocalypse.
I was thinking Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, Bill was saying Planet of the Apes, like
because they're like mutant monkeys that got out of the lab.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna.
That's the same thing happened.
Wait,
that's 28 days later. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's
Wait,
a good
just
movie.
a couple newsworthy things. Go ahead, Corey.
What was 28 Days Later?
That's how
You're a trip at rehab.
they were experimenting on the monkeys and turning the monkeys crazy.
Corey, I know where you're going with this.
And the monkeys bit a guy in the lab, and then they escaped, and that's how basically the zombie apocalypse started.
I'm Team Monkey.
Okay, what's the...
I think you're just talking about 28 Days, Corey, the Sandra Bullock rehab movie.
No.
Okay.
I'm thinking of, there was a movie about vampires in
That was
like
the end of the world
Alaska.
thing or whatever.
Oh, that
No,
30 days of
you know
night.
how like
30 days
30 days
later.
of night.
30
Josh,
okay,
with my
that's what I'm
boy,
getting.
with my boy Josh Hartnett.
Oh yeah.
28 Days Later stars
Why is that your boy?
Cillian Murphy from
That's
Peaky
right.
Blinders.
Yes, which
Craig,
he's
you're
the
like an
man. He's the man,
encyclopedia
too.
with these fucking movies and shit.
I know, dude.
I'm
Check
impressed.
it out. The first night here on this wonderful weekend vacation, I challenged my girl to movie trivia, and she did not do well. It ended frustratingly bad.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I wonder what you were asking for. That was a setup. I know what you're doing there, my man. First night in the woods. My man.
Yeah, it was strip movie trivia. You forgot to mention that.
I win again.
No, what is it? Billy
Who
Madison.
was the co-star in
Yeah. Remember
1973's?
Remember Billy Madison, the Chris Farley scene, Spanish Armada. And he says,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Takes his shirt off.
Yeah.
that is correct.
That is correct.
Miss Veronica.
So, actually, speaking of which, I have the rest of this evening, our last evening here, to get back to. But I did just want to hop on the podcast and holler at you guys real quick. I know that this episode is airing on Thanksgiving, so I just wanted to give a shout out to our listeners out there for sure. I'm thankful for you all 30 of you, or however many of you guys are out there. That's awesome.
Somewhere between 30 and 5,000. We don't know.
Okay.
Perfect.
5 million.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thankful for our wonderful production team, and certainly headed by the Miss Janine Stella. And thankful for you boys. I love you all, and
Fuck the Browns.
Thankful for them too. And
Greg, what about my aunt giving you congratulations, dude?
I love your aunt. Like I said, she's salt of the earth, man. And I love that.
Shout out to Aunt Mag.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
She's a better woman than me. I said, fuck him. She said, no, tell him I said that.
Yeah.
Greg, give that cheese back before you leave, okay?
Hey, man, I'm enjoying it, dude.
He's
I'm
in the
loving
wood
it.
stashing cheese wheels.
Stashing cheese, boy. That's like it's better than
I got that
gold.
premium cheese blend, cuz. What you want?
I'm selling it, but the only thing I'm accepting is Bitcoin at the
Mark,
moment.
Mark will buy it.
Dogecoin.
Yeah, give me the Doge, baby. But
right.
but yeah, man, it's great to see you guys. Everybody, happy Thanksgiving. I love you all, and I will see you guys next week.
Safe
All right.
travels.
All
Have
right.
fun.
Later,
Love you,
man.
Just
Bye.
go.
Hey, Sean, let me get into something real quick here. So
Sure.
let's go with overrated, underrated, or our 1 and 2, like what we hate and like the best about Thanksgiving dinner. Like food. The
okay.
foods. You go first.
All right. My favorite I don't even know if it's overrated. I guess it would be underrated as stuffing. I love stuffing. I love a good. I love it either with meat or no meat, pork, no pork, doesn't matter. I love stuffing. Um, Overrated. I think turkey's a little overrated, dude. Like seriously, like I don't mind. I like turkey, but let's be honest. I'd never have turkey any other day of the year, unless maybe like a turkey sandwich every now and then, but not even. I think turkey's a little overrated, to be honest with you.
How about you, Corey?
I think cranberry sauce is overrated too, by the way.
Whoa,
I
dude.
don't like cranberry sauce.
Oh my god,
That's blasphemy.
Yeah, that's unreal.
I like cranberry sauce the day
well,
after.
for that
Thanksgiving.
matter, cranberry sauce
Is overrated or underrated?
Do you? Why? It's underrated.
Okay.
A lot of people hate on it.
Yeah, I just did.
A lot of people.
I just did.
Well, so what's your score?
All right. Anyway, no, I'm in line with Sean pretty much. Stuffing is underrated. Cranberry sauce, I think, is generally underrated. And I think I agree. Turkey is overrated, but that doesn't mean it's bad. Like I still
Correct.
very much
I agree.
enjoy it.
I
But you're right.
agree with
I'll
that.
never have it again until next year.
Yeah.
Turkey.
So-
Okay, so we're saying turkey's not bad, but none of us like it.
Oh, no, I'm not saying I don't like
It's
it. I
just
think
overrated.
It's overrated, right? I think
We
it's
never make it.
It's
I
the
mean,
yeah.
it's the
I'd rather have
center
ham.
of Thanksgiving, and we literally don't even think about it until next Thanksgiving.
why can't we just do steaks on Thanksgiving?
I was just gonna say, who wouldn't rather have a really nice steak? You know,
Let's just do steaks. I mean, why do we have to do fucking turkey? It's not good. I like deli sliced turkey, sure, every once in a while on sandwich.
smoked
Turkey is a
Smoked.
delicate thing to cook. You have to get the right cut of it to actually be good, and it's about a tenth of the turkey,
right.
in my opinion. I think turkey as like the midnight snack is good as well, but it's just not worth the juice is not worth the squeeze. So I'm gonna have to go. Turkey's the most overrated by a mile. Green bean casserole is second.
Mhm.
The best stuff is going to be stuffing, sweet potato casserole.
Love sweet potato casserole.
Oh, dude, so good. Why don't we eat more of that in life? Like
Yeah.
that shit is fire. And then I'm a big cranberry guy lately, I gotta say.
Yeah.
And properly made mashed potatoes. Don't give me the bullshit mashed
Yeah.
potatoes. I'm talking hand,
Yep.
little
still has
chunks in
still a
it.
little chunky, yeah. Little skin,
like
little
buttery,
little red skin mash,
ooh,
maybe
yeah,
a
little skin in
yeah.
there. Oh, yeah. Properly made
is-
mashed potato.
The key is you got to throw some sour cream when you're whipping it. That's the key. That's what makes it.
That's good.
Gives it the creamy, I'm with you on the sweet potato casserole. I do like green bean casserole, but it has to be made the right way, right? The best episodes, the best recipes of green bean casserole have some soy sauce in it, and that really kind of kicks.
But
that
okay,
flavor.
give me your percentage of green bean casserole that is done the right way. I think it's
Well,
probably
true.
20.
True. I can tell you in my household, it's done the right way. And listen, so
Wow.
I think
We know you'll flip the table if it's not made properly.
cranberry sauce. So the day after Thanksgiving or the first few days after, you get some croissants, right? You slice that, you get the turkey. So you put
Mhm.
cream cheese, cranberry sauce, turkey, stuffing, and a little drizzle of gravy, and it's a sandwich. Oh, dude, it's the
Yes.
It's called the
So
gobbler at
I
Wawa.
was gonna say,
I
you
know.
ever have a gobbler?
Yeah, but listen, hey, the McDonald Maglino clan has been doing this for years.
The Maglino clan.
It's my mom's side of the
Okay.
family. So,
It sounded like a
Like McDonald's for a second. I was like, what?
that's the way I like cranberry sauce. Sorry, real quick, in that vein, pies, overrated, underrated pies, or Thanksgiving desserts. I love pumpkin pie. I'm a big fan of pumpkin pie. A little bit warm with heavy whipping cream or like whipped cream, but even better than heavy whipped cream is just some heavy whipping cream you drizzle on that bad boy. So good.
Heavy whipping, like Cool Whip?
No, like heavy whip, like they have half and half, which is obviously half milk.
You
half
put it
cream.
on top of your
Heavy whipping cream, the stuff you would use to make whipped cream that you would actually
on fucking top of your pumpkin
Oh
pie?
yeah, dude, pumpkin pie.
Really?
It's so
this
good.
is out of control.
Heavy
I'm gonna
whipping
try
cream.
this, I guess.
Guys, growing up, you guys remember
It's liquid.
you guys
I've
remember
known you for 10
just
years. You've
drizzle it.
never told me about this, Sean.
But it's
What-
heavy, it's thick. You guys remember my cookie dough story, right? I used to hide cookie dough under the bed and all that, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Pre or post salmonella?
I also used to get bowls of like Rice Krispies and cornflakes, and instead of milk, I would just, because my mom's Italian, so we always had heavy whipping cream, and I would just pour heavy whipping cream in there, and it's so thick, it would like make the Rice Krispies would like cling together, and it'd be just big globs of cream. Oh, it's so good, dude! It's so good.
Sean,
What?
let's just acknowledge this real. I gotta say this. I gotta
so
tell you.
good. Yeah.
Bro, you were one of, you know this, but I'll say it for everybody else. You were one of the most authentic, genuine, good people I've ever known in my entire life.
Thank you.
But boy, do you have some weird ass shit about you that I've never ever heard anybody else say.
Very true.
My mom
It's
used
so
to catch
funny.
me, and I got to get in trouble for it.
Wait, you put so you made homemade heavy cream Rice Krispie treats. You just put Rice Krispies in heavy cream.
I never
and
thought
let
of it that
it gel under your bed.
No, not under the bed. I didn't keep that under the bed. I'd eat like a bowl of cereal. Instead of milk, I'd put heavy whipping cream in, and just, oh, it's so good, dude.
Really?
Don't knock it till you try it, boys.
I gotta have a huge stomachache.
I also used to eat chunks of butter off the stick, just huge chunks of it. There's a story of my dad. I was probably I was probably like 6 years old, 8 years old. I was at his house, and I was like, "Dad, you taking a shower, Dad? Like, you can take a shower, right?" And I kept like, right, and he like pretended like he was going to, I got the chair. I was small enough and young enough that I couldn't reach the butter on the top shelf of the fridge, like on my own. So he says I had a chair, and I was like, had the kitchen door open, had the stick of butter, and he like, "What are you doing?" And he's scared, and I'm like, he scared me, but I used to sneak in and just eat chunks of butter all the time too, which has carried over to Sophia, because Sophia does that too.
I got one more question after this, but we're talking Thanksgiving pies, right? Or any pie?
Yeah, no, I think Thanksgiving.
Is cherry pie qualified then?
Absolutely.
Okay,
100%.
Cherry pie is my favorite.
Warm it up with vanilla ice cream, 100%. Hundo P.
That pumpkin pie is good as well. I have one final question for you guys. What age were you the first time that you realized that you could huff the whipped cream can in the fridge?
All right.
Let's get honest here.
Fun fact.
15 years old.
15? Corey?
15.
Yep.
Fun fact. I've done a lot of drugs.
I may have been aware of it before 15, but 15 was when I actually did it.
I have two funny stories for you guys.
I've never done.
You've never done it. Okay,
Corey,
so
you're not
keep
done
coming
yet,
back.
Obviously, Corey.
Yeah, keep coming back. So my buddy, shout out John D, showed me that you could do this back in the day, and I was about 15, and I literally did the entire grocery department of whipped cream. We were at the grocery store. We did whippets, the entire grocery department. Also, later on in life, I had really gotten my shit together, and I was in rehab, and I was assigned the chef of the rehab.
Oh,
and
wow.
for Thanksgiving, they shipped in cartons of whipped cream, and me and the other chef Ed, literally did that. All that. They bring out all the whipped cream for Thanksgiving dinner, and every single one of them was just runny milk water coming out of the whipped cream can. And we're all like, "How did that happen? They must have sent faulty boxes of whipped cream. Oh my god!" So yeah, that's the things we do.
Yeah, it is. I also like a good pecan pie. Real good
pecan pie. Okay.
And coconut custard. I just like pie in general, guys.
Pecan pie, you can keep.
I like pecan pie. That little heavy whipping cream on that too, but coconut custard is good, dude.
Coconut anything, no.
Yeah, my wife doesn't like. Oh, sorry. My wife said to give her a shout out. Shout out to my wife, Catherine. She doesn't like coconut either. There's your shout out, Catherine.
Shout out, Catherine. For the Miami game she went to too. I saw that.
She did go to the Miami Hurricanes game yesterday. You know what she said, and she wouldn't mind me sharing this. She goes, "It took me about a little more than the first full quarter to realize that there's no yellow lines on the field for the first down on TV." Is what she said, and then she goes, "The field."
You have to look really hard.
Yeah, she said the field isn't as big as you think so on TV, and then she said how college kids are not as good as the pros, which obviously we know, but it's
you should tell her, dude, the field on my screen is only like 6 inches long. Like, so I don't know. It's weird when I get there.
She had a good time though. So
yeah, that's awesome. Shout out to her. Good people.
Anything else before we round off into our recovery segment?
What do we got for recovery?
We're going to talk about navigating early sobriety, or sobriety in general, but especially early sobriety around the holiday season. I think it's appropriate. It's a topic I know damn well you, the three of us, and Greg have heard many times in recovery meetings, and it's important. Even though like the three of us, like we see through all that, and it's just another day. I think it's important, especially if we have any listeners that are new in recovery or still struggle around the holidays. So I'll kick it off real quick, and I think I think there's a couple ways we can come at this, and one is not only are you in early recovery, and maybe you don't have family to be with, right? Maybe you've traveled for treatment and you're now in a recovery community getting sober at a halfway house or whatever, and you're not around your immediate family, or you don't have any family. That's unfortunate for some, but it's true. Or you do have family and you're going to be around them, and maybe they don't understand your sobriety, respect it. Maybe they drink like fish, and it just could be an absolute mess. So I'll take it from. I'm going to come at this from the side of having family, and my family's for all intents and purposes pretty cool, and none of it's not like every family has their dysfunction, and mine is no better or worse than any, but overall, like I think my family's pretty good, but they drink a lot, and not even a lot. They drink, and it's the holidays, and I can remember. I'll be honest, for me, like I'll share my experience. The first year I got sober in May, and that first November and December and New Year's, I don't think I went with family. I think I stayed here, and by that time I was involved in the recovery community, and we're very fortunate in our neck of the woods where our meeting halls where we have our meetings, they put on Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners. So for the majority of a day on Thanksgiving and Christmas, there's a place you can go to, and you are around all kinds of sober people, like-minded people. There's fellowship, there's friendliness, there's food, free food, especially to those of us, who are broken early in sobriety in the halfway house. Plenty of opportunities for service work. I mean, some of my best memories of early sobriety are going to our meeting hall and getting behind the counter and serving, mashed potatoes and stuffing to hundreds of people coming by. And it's a little awkward when you're brand new, because you don't really know. But like once you've been, for me, I was like 6-7 months sober. I knew some people. I was getting involved. People knew me, and that was a really cool feeling for them. Hey, Sean, how you doing? And you kind of laugh a little bit, you joke, and you just get to be around like-minded people. So most recovery communities have that kind of thing. Obviously, I'm sure there's pockets of the country and the world that are a little more remote and they don't have that stuff. But I think if you are in those fortunate enough to be in those areas, seek out your local meeting halls and clubhouses and churches and stuff like that. I guarantee you, there's I mean, hell, in recovery, we like to throw events for every little thing and every little holiday. So there definitely will be stuff for Thanksgiving and Christmas and all that. And for me, like going to family, once I did start going to family in that second year and on, once I had my own vehicle, I could really dictate and determine how long I stayed, right? I always had that exit plan. I know that not all of us have that. So for some of us, maybe it's making sure I have a ride home or somebody to come pick me up. Or something set up predetermined that I have to be at this location at this certain time. If I'm traveling and I'm kind of quote unquote stuck, maybe going for a walk around the block isn't a bad thing. Maybe there's some younger kids, nieces and nephews, cousins that I could maybe go play with them and just take my mind off of whatever the adults are doing. If there's a lot of drinking in the adult table and stuff, like, so there's all kinds of little tips and tricks. If I have the ability, go to a meeting. The other thing I should mention is our meeting hall that has Thanksgiving and Christmas dinners. For Christmas and New Year's, this doesn't really apply for Thanksgiving, but for Christmas and New Year's, they have the New Year's Eve, round the clock meetings, and the Christmas Eve round the clock meetings all day on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. And then even on like Thanksgiving, once the dinner part is over at the meeting halls, the regular meeting schedule resumes. So if I'm with family and friends or somewhere else outside of my element, I can always try to get to a meeting. And then most importantly, and this is tougher in early sobriety because I am hopefully just beginning to form a true partnership with the God of my understanding, but some extra prayer meditation, never hurts. I'm starting to build that relationship, and that's an important thing. And then, maybe making some phone calls too on the logistical side of things. I can step out, I can call my mentors, I can call other people that are new in sobriety with me, see how they're doing, check in on them. It's always a good thing. So I think overall, we as a society of recovery people, we put way too much emphasis on like labels of days, right? It's just another 24-hour period. I can get through it just like I can any other day. Um, it's just it's what I attach to the holidays, and what I attach to it in that meaning. And I understand it's real for some people, and it probably took me the first couple of years to start to realize, like, hey, it's just another day, and I need to approach this and ask God to help me stay sober today, just like I would on the day before and the day after, and so on and so forth. So I'll kick it over to Bill next.
Yeah, it's a good topic. So, well, number one, I'll say this is the season in which most people make the ultimate sacrifice, and statistically, so not that that kind of happens overnight. I think it's more of an inflection point because you get to a point in depression or addiction that you just want to make a statement, or your life gets to that point, sadly, and definitely don't want to see that. So, key number one is reaching out to people. Early in recovery, I moved down to Florida in late May of 2015. So luckily, I mean, I wasn't affected by it by the time that, Thanksgiving had rolled around.
Right.
I was so immersed into what I found to be like a new family and the people around, and I was already through the actual recovery portion of my own program that, I had a relationship with a higher power at this time. My goal in life at this time, which unfortunately for some people may be newer, like, was to help people. I've spent a lot of those times trying to focus harder on help, going to the turkey dinner, not to eat, but to serve the food, going out, feeding the homeless in the woods. I mean, anybody, you can be creative in the ways you give back. So when I do that, it's impossible for me to complain about myself. So
Right.
I spent holidays at 15 years old alone, 14 years old alone, as a baby, 1, 2, 3, 4 years old alone, never celebrated. Right. So it holds a place in my heart that hurts, for people in those situations. 'Cause I went through a lot of hurt with that. It's not fun, but I have to remember my old saying, which is, yeah, Thanksgiving, Christmas suck. Mondays suck too, though. You know what I mean? And Monday's going to come as well.
Yeah.
So, like, if I want to really, and I don't, and I know that's a hard line approach, but that really is the only way I know
It's true though. It's absolutely true.
to immerse through this. You know what I mean? Because every day can suck. I can find a reason, I have to find a reason to make the baby steps to the snowball effect to be the trajectory of something positive, whether that's hanging out with the right crowd, hanging out at a local place that's doing some sort of charitable thing, which might be a local recovery hall, or in the woods, or wherever. There's plenty of events, and trying to give back instead of going and to one of those places yourself and getting the plate and sitting in the corner and pouting, which I've
Right.
done that too. I
Right.
just never got shit from that except for more bad feelings.
Yep.
So at least try to make yourself feel good. It's a good time to try to make amends to people too, that you like, along the lines of that week,
Absolutely.
to maybe rectify and have a good conversation. Those early conversations with the people I hadn't talked to were important to have during the holidays to kind of regain that traction in my life of becoming human again, is the best way to say it. So yeah, it's a shitty time, but it gets better if you do the right thing.
Right. And I think your point, that's what I was getting at with, like, it's just another day. Like you said, Mondays suck too sometimes, and going to the dentist might suck, and whatever it is, like it how fortunate would we be if the only crappy day is one day out of the year, which is a holiday.
Right.
Not that it is, but you know what I mean? Like any day has that potential. So I think that's a good mindset. And it is what I make of it, you know?
Right.
Good stuff.
And
Corey.
that whole attitude of like, I'm never gonna have a problem.
Yeah.
Or, you know, it's like it's an immature way to think of things.
Right.
Like, we're all gonna traffic sucks. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's tons of stuff.
Yep.
Corey with us or what?
Corey, I think he's with us, I'm pretty sure.
I think we lost him for
Yeah.
Oh, you were there.
I'm
Okay,
here.
so-
Yeah, I actually hung up on the call by
okay.
accident.
No
So
worries.
that was interesting.
Give us
Actually,
shed some wisdom with us.
okay. Yeah. I mean, I agree with you guys, and not to sound insensitive by any means, but we do build it up too much. It's like,
Right.
you
Yep.
know, our first holiday sober, and all of a sudden we want to become the damn victim because
Absolutely.
we have to be A, in rehab, or B, you know, states away from our family because of our drug addiction and the choices. Well, not drug addiction necessarily being the choice, but like,
Right.
you know, things we did to get us there. You know, for a couple of years at least, speaking for myself, I didn't care about showing up to, you know, holiday dinner, you know, unless it was to ask for some money or something. So all of a sudden I get sober, and now it's like, oh my God, what am I going to do for Thanksgiving? And so the way my tone is insensitive. I don't mean to be like that, but I'm just saying,
No, it's valid, Corey.
you know,
That's a good point.
let's not make too much out of it. I've spent a couple Thanksgivings and Christmases in rehab. That kind of blows because you're literally secluded. You know, you can possibly make a phone call to mom or something. And you know, you're kind of doing whatever the rehab wants you to do. Whatever. Here's the deal. You know, I've told people this kind of stuff, like, you're going to sacrifice one Thanksgiving, one Christmas, whatever, for the rest of your life, hopefully. Like, sacrifice this one to be with your family for the rest of them. That's it. If you do it, we know that sobriety is about a foundation.
Right.
Build that foundation firmly, solid, and then you never have to do it again.
Yep.
That's the objective here, is permanent sobriety, isn't it? You know, we live one day at a time, but we want to be sober for life. That's the truth.
Yeah.
So, anyway, I'm not saying that I disagree with having things to do or whatever. In my experience, you know, when I was in rehab, we did the whole thing as a rehab, whatever. All the clients had whatever they gave us, whatever. The next Thanksgiving in this period of sobriety, I had already met Gabby, and her and I made an effort to host Thanksgiving at what was her 3/4 house, which is, for anybody that doesn't know, it's like a halfway house with a little bit more privileges and freedom. But you have to be sober to be there and stuff. And we hosted Thanksgiving for a bunch of people, the girls in that house and other people. And we've basically been doing it ever since. And it's a joy, you know, we love doing it. And, but yeah, dude, we're about a year sober. Well, I was a year sober. She was coming up, and that, you know, we're away from our families, and that's something we wanted to do is host Thanksgiving with our recovery family, so to speak. So that, man, I don't know. Maybe the first one, but man, I have not felt empty on a holiday since. Right. Like, yeah, I would love to see my parents and stuff, and sometimes I have, but, you know, but those choices are always there, as long as, you know, you're staying sober and doing the right thing. You tend to have options. So,
well, and shout out to you and Gabby, because you guys you have done that for many, many years, hosted Thanksgiving and various other holiday stuff. And I know you guys love doing that, and it has provided, I've been there many times, and it has provided, you know, a place for maybe the people that don't have family to be with, you know, to go, which is pretty cool. And we've done it. We did it on Christmas a few years. We've done it for 4th of July and other, other holidays and stuff like that. But
yep. And
go ahead.
And we certainly, like, I won't say we don't do it on purpose, but like, it's never like the main objective for the holiday, but almost always we have somebody there that's pretty new
For sure.
in recovery, and that's a good payoff for
Why
us.
not? Why not let that be the objective, right? That's a wonderful thing.
Oh,
like,
for
to make
sure, for
you
sure.
have. Yeah, absolutely. That's a big deal for people.
But
I'm sure that
yeah,
I'm sure there have been people that have been there and that have stayed sober and have had that been a mainspring of their early sobriety, or even if they haven't stayed sober, like they'll always remember that. And if they have fortunate enough to get back to recovery, that'll make a difference in their lives. And Corey, to your point about being in like rehab and stuff, or for some of us jail around the holidays, like, yeah, it sucks for us because we love to think about ourselves, but our family is probably the best holiday up to that point our families had in forever, because they knew we were safe and they knew we weren't going to screw stuff up being high and drunk at the house, or whatever the case may be, hitting people up for money, acting a fool, causing a scene, just that general tension that we bring. So as sad as it might have been for some of our parents, like have our sons and daughters in rehab or jail, at the same time, they knew we were safe, and it was a drama free, and hopefully for most of us on our way to recovery.
Well, yeah, like my people didn't want to talk to me on Thanksgiving, but they didn't want to talk to me on Monday either. So.
Right, exactly.
true. I mean, it like not to beat a dead horse, but my Thanksgivings have gone from, like I said, rehab with a bunch of other clients that I just met, to the next year hosting Thanksgiving with Gabby, newly together, just about a year sober, all the way fast forward to last year, which I think was possibly the best Thanksgiving I ever had. Minus, like, I didn't see my mother, but a lot of people were in town for our wedding that week.
Right.
I saw you, Sean. I saw a lot of our friends. My dad and my uncle were in town. Gabby's parents were in town. Like, that was cool. So
yeah.
I mean, it's all a testament to God and sobriety, man. So
I enjoy it. I mean, we're going to Pennsylvania this year for Christmas. We do that every other year with my wife's family, and it's just fun I enjoy it. We just enjoy it. We enjoy it. There's plenty of stuff around here to do. I have plenty of family. We'll be with my family on Thanksgiving, but yeah, it's a good time, and it is fun. It's just a good time of year, but it is what we make of it. And that is, like, to Bill's point, to your point, Corey, that's any day in recovery. It is what we make of it. I can, and let me, as some of our literature says, see what I can bring to the party and bring back into the stream of life rather than take out of it. How can I make the situation better for all people around me, rather than, like Bill says, sitting in the corner and pouting? So,
yeah, you're going to have a good time if you let yourself. Yep. That's going to happen. So,
and if not, just go huff some whipped cream. You'll be fine.
Exactly.
That too.
You'll be fine.
That too.
So
it'll work. Corey, this could be the year for you.
Yeah.
I'm getting that whipped cream, boy.
That's it yet. So,
yeah.
Guys, any parting thoughts? Anything you want to say? I do want to wish everyone, all you guys, Janine, Greg, our families, everyone, and especially our listeners, a very, very happy Thanksgiving. Please be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Any parting thoughts for you guys?
If you listen to
Turkey sucks.
Turkey sucks. If you listen to this the morning of Thanksgiving, you can come to my house tonight if you want. So
there you go.
Although I don't know how to get.
Are you guys still doing it?
Of course they are.
Oh yeah, we're doing it. We got about 12 people.
You better unpack quickly then, my friend.
Bro, we're on it.
All right, I believe it. I believe it. So
it's wild.
Shout out to Noah and Lucy. They have their own room. I'm sure they're happy. Yep. So
they do.
All right, guys. Shout out to our listeners. Please like, follow, and share on all socials at Trudge Report Pod. Email us, trudgereportpod@yahoo.com. Send in your mailbag requests for topics, questions, and comments to any of these handles. Remember, we are all here. If anyone wants to talk about recovery and our experiences, or if you're struggling with some form of addiction, thank you again to Janine and Stella Mix Podcast Management. Good night. God bless. May you trudge the road of happy destiny. We will see you next week. Happy Thanksgiving. Good night, everyone.